If you want to know the different ways how to write on a cake without a piping bag, then I highly suggest you carefully watch this video. Essentially, writing on the cake is a skill that requires plenty of practice. With that, it is an excellent way of enhancing your homemade baked goods by achieving bakery-style designs. The piping bag and tip is the best option for best results when writing on the cake. For instance, you can utilize the round tip to write letters. Although big tips can result in messier designs, on the other hand, smaller tips are hard to use when squeezing the icing out. That is why it is best to experiment to find out what works for you. However, what if a piping bag is unavailable? What other alternatives can one use to write on the cake? These are 4 alternatives you can use when you find yourself writing on a cake and you forgot to buy a new piping bag. Plastic or Ziplock bags. Parchment or wax-proof paper. Kitchen towel lined with plastic wrap. Reusable piping bags. Alternatives to write on a cake without a piping bag. 1. Plastic or Ziplock bags. Plastic bags are disposable and convenient. Ziplock, sandwich, and slider tip bags can be a good substitute for piping bags. Step-by-step instructions. Step 1. Grab your plastic bag or Ziplock bag, put the frosting inside, and shove it to one corner. Keep in mind to push all the air out before sealing to make it easier for you to dispense the frosting out. Step 2. Close the bag by twisting the top. Snip the bag's tip with the size of choice. Lift the bag pointing upwards so that the frosting will not spill out. You can also place a piping tip at the end by trimming a bigger hole. 2. Parchment or wax paper. Parchment or wax paper is a widespread substitution for piping bags because of its non-greasy texture. Step-by-step instructions. Step 1. Cut a square from your parchment or wax paper. Fold the cutout into a triangle by taking one edge to the opposite corner and roll it into a cone so that the other point is where the frosting goes out. The size of the hole will determine how much frosting will be dispensed. Step 2. Cover the cone with tape so that it is sealed. Hold the cone on its side so it does not spill. Fill the cone halfway to be manageable and more comfortable when writing. 3. Kitchen towel lined with a plastic wrap. The makeshift kitchen towel lined with plastic wrap is the last resort. This method is not for writing fine lines, but for bigger fonts. Step-by-step instructions. Step 1. Start by laying a kitchen towel and line a plastic wrap on top, then roll the towel into a cone. Turn it sideways and fill it with frosting. Wrap the top to close. 4. Invest in a reusable piping bag. Also known as featherweight bags, they are washable and are made from several materials, such as canvas, cotton, and polyester. Featherweight bags can be durable as long as it is maintained and cleaned correctly. Step-by-step instructions. Step 1. Open the reusable bag fitted with the piping tip of choice. Fill the bag with frosting. Twist the top to seal, then start writing. Tips and tricks. Writing on the cake is not a piece of cake for some bakers, so it is highly encouraged to practice lettering on parchment paper or surface before writing on a cake. Cursive is recommended for beginners since it is easier to control stroke flow. To end a word, lightly press the tip and lift to get a clean edge. Plastic bags reduce the possibility of a leakage when refilling. To store excess icing, transfer it to another plastic bag and freeze. If you liked this video, don't forget to like and subscribe.